generation of internal resources necessary for growth besides meeting the multi-purpose objectives. This leads us to explore whether there is any other alternative source of equity. DVC has only the following source of equity funding. Number one is the capital contribution of participating governments as per Section 30 of DVC Act, and internal resources generated out of limited profit derived through regulatory tariff as at present. There is no other alternative source of equity funding since DVC cannot tap the equity market since it does not come under purview of Companies Act like NTPC. The concerns that we are facing at present are an acute dearth of internal resources due to this partial unworkable tariff as fixed by CERC, posing constraints to complete the ongoing projects besides sustenance of multi-purpose objectives. Rupees 5,000 crores of equity is still required to complete the ongoing and committed projects, which is not available. If the ongoing projects are not completed in time, due to non-availability of required internal resources, the revenue stream will not open up with a multiplier chain effect leading to disastrous fall of the organization, affecting the industrial and social framework in the valley. The industries in the valley depend upon the power and water of Damodar Valley Corporation. Livelihood of 11,000 employees, 40,000 pensioners, other directly and indirectly associated dependents, along with their families, involving millions of people, will be at stake. This is therefore our humble submission and appeal to the Honorable Minister for extending his kind favor towards adopting as a short-term measure immediate capital contribution of Rs 5,000 crores by the participating governments in terms of Section 30 of the DVC Act, and as a long-term measure exempting DVC from the purview of Electricity Act like Atomic Energy Commission as per Section 184 of Electricity Act 2003, and allow DVC to fix its own tariff as per Section 20 of DVC Act. Regular annual inflation of capital as per Section 30 of DVC Act 1948 by the participating governments. This will save this heritage organization the dream of late Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, running into its 63rd year of service to the nation from disaster, and save the lives of 11,000 employees, 14,000 pensioners and other associated dependents, along with their families, involving millions of people. With that, I come to the end of the session. Thank you, sir. I now request Honorable Sri Adil Ranjit Chaudhary, MP, to kindly offer his address.
Thank you, everybody. Already DVC Towers has been graced by the presence of our Honorable Finance Minister, Sri Pranab Mukherjee. Here officials are also attending this function. You are all very much aware and acquainted with the persistent problem of DVC itself. I do not want to make much comment upon it because already a discussion and presentation have depicted the entire scenario of DVC. Being a representative of the state, we are emotionally attached with the name of the Damodar Valley Corporation. It evokes the memory of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Bidhan Chandra Rai, Krishna Sinha, Meghna Saha, and other luminaries in our country who had conceived the great multi-purpose river project following the footsteps of Tennessee Valley University. DVC used to generate power, also transmitting and distributing. Not only that, they perform the duty of flood control, irrigation, afforestation, and other social commitments also. And it is known that DVC was established by an act of Constituent Assembly in the year 1948. Our finance minister is himself an outstanding parliamentarian in this country. So he knows everything. And what best opportunity can be had for anybody to express our views when that very Indian political luminary, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, is attending. See, you have already expressed your problems, and as we have perceived that DVC is now being inflicted by resource crunch, and some legal implications have also been spelled out, where the interest of DVC comes in conflict with the provision of CERC. DVC was established by an act, and also CERC was also established by an act. So if there is any legal implication between these two institutions, I think government must intervene into it to sort it out so that the DVC could be survived. Because it is not only in the interest of 11,000 employees and 14 or 15,000 pensioners, but also it is in the interest of farmers, especially the irrigation benefit that DVC used to cater to the parched lands of Bakura, Purulia, Howrah, Hooghly, that needs to be taken into cognizance. But in the same vein, I also raise one issue, that why DVC has often been incriminated by various quarters as an organization which has been infected by corruption also. So you also need to prove your credentials. You have to prove your credentials that you are all people of integrity. Because being an employee of this organization, I think you are also discharging some sort of social commitment. Because DVC, by definition, cannot be said as a simple commercial organization. And if the vision of DVC is to serve the people, is to discharge some social commitment as opposed to commercial organization. So those employees who were engaged in this organization, they also should discharge their responsibility in a befitting manner so that none can raise their accusing finger against you. None can ever be courageous enough to tarnish the impression of DVC people. Because we are all very much proud of DVC. And I think that you people must take care upon it because we need your help. Our country needs your help because still India has been starving of power. Here, one caption I noticed that power for all by the year 2012. I think till date, if we go at this rate of generation, I think it is next to impossible to achieve that goal. And again, you are suffering from you are suffering from financial crunch. You have failed to generate the internal resources. Therefore, here you are appealing to the Honorable Finance Minister for extending his kind hand. I would also add, not only kind, but generous hand. Because without the generosity of our Finance Minister, DVC would not be able to get rid of these financial constraints. But our Finance Minister always believes in performance. So far, you will be able to perform. He is ready to extend his generous hand. Thank you.
Words of wisdom. You feel motivated with your inspirational words. May now request Honorable Union Finance Minister Sri Pranab Mukherjee to kindly deliver his address. So, you may sit. Take it from the dais.
Parliamentarian colleague Sri Adil Chaudhary, Sri Umesh Kumar, Sri Singh, distinguished members of the audience. I am glad to have this opportunity of being present amidst you to discuss an important issue which is closely associated with the development of our country. When DVC was established by an act of the Constituent Assembly in 1948, completion of drafting the Constitution itself was not done. Houses of Parliament were not constituted. 5-year plan was still a dream because after 2 years of your enactment, Planning Commission was created, and after 1 year, planning process and planned economic development was initiated.